As always, I'd like to welcome you guys to another live stream. We've been doing a lot of these, and we didn't do a live stream a little bit earlier as our normal 7 o'clock live stream, but that's okay because we've got a topic here that I'm wanting to talk about, and it's interesting because I had the idea to come on and talk about Microsoft tonight, but then Josh was telling me about a forum that he was reading with Microsoft 2020 and the AI copilot. So let's start there. I'm going to open up the chat because we've got viewers that are interested in talking about the copilot with Microsoft 2020 or anything else to do with Microsoft 2020 with accessibility. So I've got Josh with us and I've got Brandon with us, but now we're going to focus on Josh here for a minute. Josh, take us back to this forum and tell us exactly what is it that got a heated discussion earlier.
Ops 27.2.4, 64-bit Windows profile, untitled scene, Ops 27.
With the AI, with Microsoft 2020.
Well, I looked at this forum post, and somebody simply asked, one user to another, why do you use AI? Why did you buy a sim if you're only just gonna basically have a copilot fly for you? And some people said, look, they don't want to use. They want to figure out how to use a plan. They just like to watch the scenery and watch the watch the AI do things and learn that way.
Well, didn't you say one had carpal tunnel syndrome too, and they couldn't?
One has carpal tunnel and can't really operate like a yoke and throttle like how you're supposed to.
Right.
Right.
And then we also got to think about the accessibility side of it. Coming into Microsoft 2020, without this, you're not going to be flying without it right now if you are visually impaired. Okay?
Nope, you are absolutely not.
If you are, then you've done some extensive stuff to make it possible. Meaning,
you've done some serious modifications.
Well, meaning this, there is a gentleman, I forget his name, but Josh has spoken to him a few times where he literally had Ira go through and help him map out all the buttons on a plane. Okay? All of them, you guys.
Yeah.
I'm not talking just autopilot. We're talking autopilot, lights,
good Lord.
flaps, all these buttons that he would need. But it did make it possible for him to fly.
I bet that was a chore.
I still think, I feel like landing would still be a little tricky because even though you got all the buttons there, you're still going to need to be able to catch the glide slope to land it, because otherwise you're not doing you're not doing an RNAV without it.
No.
Yeah, I mean you basically how that worked is you had to use a combination of OCR and golden cursor to choose like an approach and whatnot. Because when you choose an approach in the FMC of an Airbus, the nav1 and stuff is actually filled in for you, unlike a Boeing where it's not. You actually have to do it manually. An Airbus, it actually will fill the approach information in for you when you choose one.
And guys, I'm starting
so it's best with an Airbus. It's best to start up to put an approach in when you're flying an Airbus when you get closer.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So once you put the approach in the Airbus, what happens?
Yeah, it puts nav1 and nav2 course in, and the frequencies for ILS. ATC will clear for your approach. You hit Control A. because there was no TFM back then, I just kind of had to rely. Well, I mean, am my speed slowing down? Is my vertical speed, good enough? Is my heading perfect?
Well, hold on though.
Usually it was, and
are you landing with AI too, or no?
no, this was back when I was using Hottie's fly-by-wire golden cursor add-on to actually use the FMC as it was intended to be used.
Okay,
so you were just relying on the sound and stuff, basically.
Hold on, because I might have got viewers confused. I'm going on 2020 though about to fly these planes right now you need
AI, at least right now, until we can figure out why autopilot, there's two autopilot commands that I'm trying to figure out. One is Alt-Z to turn autopilot on, and then there's the master. So I don't understand what either of those commands, well, I know what one of them does. It turns autopilot on with Z, like we always have, like in P3D,
okay,
but
so
I don't know what Alt-Z means.
I can tell you what Alt-Z does.
What does that do?
That technically turns it on when you're on the ground.
Oh.
Yeah.
When you're at your runway, you can flip that on. But now, of course, you're not going to be able to because you're using AI. So you can't.
Right.
But if you're on the runway, going down the runway, flip that on.
Well, I wonder if you can turn it. If you can turn the AI off, turn hit Alt-Z, let AI take off, turn it back off again, and then when you're in the air, hit Z, turn autopilot on, and use autopilot.
It'd be interesting. Maybe we'll have to test
that
out
sometime. It'd be interesting to try.
The thing is, I understand that we have sighted simmers out there with 2020, and it's not going to make any sense to you at all. Why AI? Why accessibility? I get that. And at one level of respect, I understand it. But let me ask you a question. What would be any different if you were flying, you had an accident, and it got in the way of the ability of you just going out and flying, but they said, hey, here's how you could fly. Are you telling me you wouldn't do it? Cause I know you would.
Yeah, you'd be crazy not to.
Yeah.
And I know there's a difference. Well, it's real life. This is just a sim. Okay. I don't know about you, and I'm talking. I mean, when I say you, I'm making a reference to anyone who is visually impaired or blind. But flying, I could go on. There's a whole list I could go up of. One, I love airplanes.
Me too.
Number two, it's always been a dream of mine to be able to fly. So, if I can jump in a Cessna 172 or 152 or a Diamond 40 or 60 or a Bonanza or a 737 or a A320 or a any of them.
Any of those aircraft.
If there's a way for me to fly them, I'm going to get in and I'm going to fly. But I know in reality, in real life, I'm not doing that right now. But I can do it in the sim, and it makes me happy. It's always been a dream of mine to be able to fly. A dream that probably will, I'm not going to say will never come true. But in the reality of being a pilot, legally, my own pilot license, that never happened.
Nope.
So some of us do this because we have a true set of feelings behind it and beliefs, and we enjoy it. One person might use AI when flying because of a condition. Like one person had tunnel vision. So they used AI so they could actually enjoy flying around. Okay? But I want to throw a perspective at you guys that I know you might not think about. When you go through all the different things to become a pilot, one of the things you go through, and it's at the tip of my tongue, I can't think the exact word for it, you guys might know here in a minute, is where you got to count on only the gauges and panels in front of you. You're not to look outside your window. There's a you literally got to do that as a pilot, where you're not allowed to use outside looking out as a reference. You got to go by specifically.
It would be instrument flight rules only.
Instrumentation.
IFR.
Yeah, your instrumentation. Yeah, the IFR. Mm-hmm. You actually got to get that. You got to pass that.
Yep.
Okay. So tell me, you depend on that, right? As
absolutely.
Well, not you. I'm talking to people that fly.
The viewers.
You depend on that. Okay? What is any different than us depending on AI as our panel that we got to depend on? What's the difference?
I don't see any.
You can, as a sighted person, you fly around and you have fun, you enjoy it, right? Why can't we? Why is it a problem that we want to fly around and have fun? Those of you that don't think that someone with a disability or someone that's visually impaired should even be flying in a sim, all I can tell you is pack your bags and take a walk, because that's absolutely asinine. Absolutely,
it is asinine.
Now, what I'm going to do, because I like to make it fair for everybody, and by the way, if you want to jump in this conversation, you can find the YouTube video by you can talk to us through YouTube, you can talk to us through Facebook, and you can talk to us through Twitch. Okay, I'm going to go around though, and I'm going to ask everybody how they feel about it, and what they think, and what this is their spotlight moment to really talk about this. So, Josh, you're a batter up.
Yep.
Tell me how you feel, brother.
I pretty much. I mean, is there any? You got any kind of question, or you just want me to?
Overall, how does it make you feel when they act like that? Like AI is a problem and all this. How does that? And they say,
I mean, I guess to each his own, I guess. But I mean, I enjoy, I enjoy it. I feel that, if you think it's a problem, then you lack empathy for other people who have to use it, who have no choice but to use it due to conditions or whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. So I enjoy, I don't really care that, I can't really control it. I love just landing and going outside the aircraft and just hearing the little ambience. I can't get that in Prepared.
Right.
There have been attempts to do it in Prepared, but it doesn't even come close.
I'll tell you, we were having fun last night, you guys. I did the landing, and me and Josh were just, because there's a lot of times when me and Josh were up pretty late, just flying and talking, and I landed. I'm like, man, the sound right now, the sound the scenery that I was listening to reminded me of like Crystal Lake off of Michael Myers. I had to.
Wow.
had the water noise and had like the the crickets and the frog, and all of a sudden you would hear that night owl,
Yeah.
I mean, it sounded 100% real.
Mm-hmm.
If I took that background and did a video, now let's say that they couldn't see exactly where I was because it was too dark.
Austin Wilson. Let's see here what happens.
What's up, Austin? I got your message there. Thanks for joining us. But I went to the outside scenery, and it sounds so real, you guys. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
It really is.
On how real that it sounds. I'm like, holy cow. Like,
and I gotta say, like,
well, let me ask real quick, Brandon. Sorry about that, not to interrupt you.
No,
Austin,
no
are
problem.
you? I can't remember if this is a visually impaired pilot or you a sighted pilot. If you don't mind me asking, if I've seen your name before, I apologize. But just want to get on the same page as you on what if you fly, if you're sighted or not or whatever. But you can answer that to your own degree. Go ahead, Brandon. What were you going to say, buddy?
No, in regards to these sounds that you guys were talking about, I haven't flown with it yet, but I'm looking forward to doing it real soon. I'm just blown away. Like, I remember there was a video Josh uploaded to his own YouTube channel, and it was just, I think the title was something like
Austin Wilson.
The Relaxing Sounds of
I uploaded
Rain.
like 2 of them so far.
But the site I have wouldn't
the
be
one
able
that
to
I
help
remember
me.
the most was that first one you
Okay.
uploaded, where it was like The Relaxing Sounds of Rain.
Austin said I'm not really blind, but the sight that I have doesn't really help me. Okay,
Oh,
that's a
okay.
fair answer.
Yeah.
And let me ask you, Austin, do you use the whole point of this? I just want people to understand that, just because we use the AI feature, there's nothing wrong with that. We're just as good as anybody else, and I hate seeing when people come in, they want to criticize, not like come in here, but come on the forums and criticize. Oh, you shouldn't use AI. It's not real. Blah blah.
Yeah.
Well, it satisfies me. How do you fly, Austin? Do you fly with 2020? If so, are you using AI? Are you doing it by yourself, or are you new and wanting to learn? Stuff like that. And by the way, welcome to the channel.
Absolutely.
Be sure to join us, tap on that subscribe button, and hopefully you can join us here. And hey, maybe we'll be helping you fly sometime. You never know.
Yep.
Go ahead, Brandon. Sorry,
No,
I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
No, you're fine. I know you wanted to answer that question. That's totally fine. But no, the video I remember most, Josh, was that first one you uploaded that had something to do with the relaxing sounds of rain hitting the plane roof. And I was like, oh my God, this is so amazing. Like, I was just blown away by how realistic the sound was. I was just, it was really amazing.
Ops 20, the Hangout team, Jobs of Life, Star Untitled, Microsoft Flight
The
Simulator
only sound
1.24.
that I had
Explorer.
last night,
File
honestly,
Explorer. Ops 27.
it was
Ops 27.
amazing.
Microsoft Flight Simulator 1. Microsoft Flight.
There we go, I'm on the right window now. But yeah, I could hear, literally you could hear everything,
Oh, yeah.
The startup window, from the way because I shut down Microsoft, apparently the way it didn't like it when I shut it down last night, and now it's got me on this window where you have to, basically I got to get to the bottom one, and it's hard to tell.
I'm amazed at
Hold on.
how much of this.
Hold on. I gotta be able to hear the little clink. Josh, you know what I'm talking about, that little.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, there we go. Go ahead, Brandon. Hopefully I'll click on the right one.
I'm just, for the sound engine that they have done, like with all the work they've done with it, I'm just blown away at just the environment sounds. It's really, really amazing, the work they've done. And like I said, I'm looking forward to flying this soon myself. So,
And what I'm going to do while we're already live, I'm going to create a job here, or I'm going to accept a job and do a flight for you guys as well. I'm just waiting on Microsoft. I call it micro slow sometimes. Waiting on micro slow to load up here.
I used to call it Microsloth.
Yeah, I appreciate Microsoft in a lot of ways. Especially considering that, you know, there are people that I know that work for them, and if I was to say something bad, they might have to come and say something to me. So
yeah, they probably would.
Oh, I know they would. I'm not going to say name, but I know, and you all know who I'm talking about.
Oh, by the way, Johnny.
Yep.
You may want
Austin
to.
Wilson.
Well, I guess you kind of started the flight already, but I just kind of remembered this on a whim.
And I use AI to fly. Those people shouldn't stop you.
You may want to go into flight conditions and set your aircraft, your live traffic and live weather and stuff, because I think for whatever reason mine was like off, like turned off for some reason, and set it to clear skies and stuff. So I've set it back to live weather.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check mine and make sure. Let me see what Austin said. I like to make sure I involve everybody.
Absolutely.
Okay, our friend Austin, I know he... Okay, so here's what he said. I do have my gosh.
Ooh.
I do have Microsoft 2020 through Game Pass, and I use AI to fly those. Those people should not stop you. And I do have Prepar 3D5
and PMD stuff.
And the PMD stuff.
Pirated. And
though pirated. And
Micro slow.
Microslow.
Clickable menu button sub menu space. Clickable type of message. Clickable menu button tab Prepar 3D5 and the PMD stuff. Though pirated. And Micro slow simulator. Clickable menu button sub menu.
Yeah, Microslow simulator. That's right.
Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.2
I hope that no one allows
Microsoft Flight Simulator
people like that on a forum to, cause them to not want to, fly and stuff.
Yeah, that's just disheartening to do that to people.
Well, there's just no reason.
Yeah, this VOR to VOR,
there's no reason for
the
it.
altitude seems to be... The altitude is actually quite nice. It's like it's low, but not low enough for crashing.
Oh, good.
Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.2 normal. OK button.
What did that say? Oh god, I'm trying to get my
message error window error as P3DV4 cannot control amp.
I don't know why I get a P3D4 error message about weather when Microsoft loads.
Oh boy,
that's weird.
I wonder if P3D's
I wonder
not
because you got Active Sky running.
Oh, it might be running in the background.
No,
Simulator 1.2
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Because you gotta go kill it from the system tray.
Basically, right now I'm waiting for.
Austin Wilson B. Let's see, Austin, I'm not entirely blind, but the Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.24.
Come on, I'm wanting to see the. I'm doing insert R, but it's showing me other stuff. I'm wanting it to show me the.
Recognizing. Result document. Discovery flights. New activities. Landing 43. Hush trips. 40 landing new discovery flights. New activities. Landing challenges. 43. Hush trips. 43. Landing challenges. New activities. Discovery flights. Discovery flights.
Discovery flight. New activity. Landing challenges.
Austin Wilson. Weird. And because of my game getting uninstalled, now I get to reinstall that stuff.
Oh man, do you got to reinstall like all the P3D4 and all that? Oh, brother, I am feeling for you.
I feel your pain.
But let me tell you, if you need any help with anything, Austin, feel free to reach out, okay? Because that's like that is what we're here for. We're here
Austin
to
Wilson.
make new friends, but
just the MSFS stuff.
Okay, yeah. I ended up getting the. I forget what this package is called that I got. It's not the Game Pass anymore. I started with the Game Pass, but then I went ahead and got. I think
you got the deluxe.
Yeah,
deluxe. Yeah, I got deluxe.
I think that's.
I may get
you and
that
I both
eventually.
have it.
Here's why I did that, and this is, it is what it is. But I got it because sometimes more bills come out of my account, and I don't realize it, and then Game Pass goes to do a charge, and all of a sudden,
not enough funds.
Not enough funds, and then I gotta wait or fix it. It's no fun. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna buy it and be done with it. And so I ended up, going ahead and getting it. I think it's funny when they give you the option to do basically there's the option like for planes and stuff where you can put it on like a wish list. I want someone to tell me who has ever had their wishes granted on putting any of that stuff on like the wish list and stuff. Not me.
Man. Not me. I wish I would.
There's a like I see this person on my Twitter. There's some service. I forgot what it. Basically, it's a service that goes via Twitter, and I guess like you can have your friends that follow you on Twitter gift you things from your Amazon wish list.
What?
So every time that somebody gifts. Every time that somebody gifts somebody a wish on their Amazon, it like sends out a tweet that's saying like who gifted them and like when it's arriving. I'm like, wow.
Whoa!
This is interesting.
I have never. Like on all the different sites, how you could do that. Put it on wish list.
Yeah.
I've never had anything wish granted to me.
It's
like, no, sorry, kid.
Either.
You don't get nothing for your wishes.
No,
You've been a bad boy this year.
No, dude.
Exactly.
That's basically another way to save your shit. Like
Discovery
save it for
Plus.
later to go back and buy it yourself. But there's no wishes are gonna be granted.
I'm gonna show you guys something here. It's where people can buy. People can also like. It'll show them that you want that, and they can gift it to you. So that's
Press tab to read
what it
these
means.
notes.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not like a wish granted. I know that, but all right. So let's see exactly what will my keyboard do from this main menu. I'm going to show you. All right. I'm going to right arrow.
World map.
World map.
307.
Nothing.
Yeah. Took me to world map.
Discovery flights.
I left arrow.
Button
Discovery
107.
flight. Down
Flight
arrow. Flight
Button
training.
707.
Button 707. Right arrow.
Button
Activities.
6. Marketplace.
Marketplace.
Button 407. World map. Button 307.
Oh,
So,
interesting. How are you
Discovery
getting that?
flights.
I guess you had to unplug
Training.
your.
Discovery flights. Button 107.
No, I mean I just
Enjoy an easy airborne flight around
loaded it
Icon.
and the keyboard's
World map.
working on these. Let's
Discovery.
see what else it
World
does
map.
though.
Button
Let's go
307.
to world map.
World map.
Okay.
Button 307. Select departure airport.
Now I'm on the world
Aircraft
map.
selection and customization.
Aircraft.
Select departure
When I
airport.
get to world map, that's when my keyboard starts working right there.
Yeah,
Aircraft
departure
select-
airport.
Switch departure and arrival
Switch
points.
departure and
Button.
arrival points.
Select arrival airport.
Arrival airport.
Flight conditions.
Flight conditions. Can I go there to see if my
Select
weather's
customize
on?
weather conditions, time of day, and if other multiplayer or AI traffic
Yeah.
will be visible during flight.
Well, you can't, like, you can just you can make sure that it's on. Like, you can't, the screen reader doesn't tell you whether it's on or off. You just have to, like, click, like, it'll say, like, live traffic, and then you go under it, it says live. You click both of them
players.
just to make sure that
Live
they're
players.
on.
Button.
Okay, I went all the way to the left, and
Press
what I'm on
backspace
right
to
now it
close.
says live
Press enter to
players,
validate.
and I can right
Yeah,
left arrow
don't
through
do that.
these.
We already know. We
Live
already know how bad that
So what do I
is.
want?
Live.
Yeah.
Do I want
Live.
Live
go
traffic.
down.
live traffic?
Live traffic. You want
Press
that? Hit
backspace.
enter on
Okay.
that, and then go down again. It'll say live. That's for like live
Live.
weather. Hit enter on that,
Okay, now it says live.
and then hit
Enter.
backspace.
Live.
Yep, and then you can backspace out of it.
Okay. The other two
How will
things.
you know if
Hold
those
on.
are on?
The other two
Reset.
things are set on
Button.
reset,
Custom.
custom. Oh, I got to go back.
Press
Backspace.
backspace. Flight conditions.
Yeah, you don't want to do. You don't want
Flight
to set
conditions.
preset
Button.
custom. That's if you
Select
want
arrival
to change
airport.
the weather to
Switch
I
departure.
don't know whatever
Aircraft
storms
selection
Alright,
or
so
Visualization
something.
menu.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to select
Current
the
aircraft
job
is
here
Textron
on
Aviation System
Aviatype.
172
One
Skyhawk.
second, Brandon, I'll
1000.
let you put your
Respect
question
row
in
one
there.
column
Let me get
27.2.4.
to.
CNC to go back.
Press
F12 to reset.
Alright, I'm
Jobs
on
to
jobs on
Press to
Aviatype, so
Press tab to
what I
help.
do
Visited link.
is
Setting level 2 jobs. Clickable graphic button. Collect. You are viewing the current fleet. If you want,
I'm gonna
drop
go
the top.
down
Link distance.
to-
Next. Visited link distance. Row 1 description and rewards. Row 1 column 4 departure. Row 1 column 6 up. Transport 1 side. Link MD750 NM. Transport 1 scientist.
Transport one
Link MD750
scientist.
NM. Money $613.65.
That paid
Popularity 0% reputation.
$613.
Link MD750 NM. Money $613.60.
We'll take
Link
that
MD.
one.
Money 600.
Okay.
Icon transport 1
I'm
scientist
gonna
to a
tab
scientific conference on
to-
social media. MD 750 NM 235 degrees 0 VA5 money $613.65. Popularity 0% reputation. Icon row 3 description and rewards column 2 8 MD7 link near field United States 01 VA link edit United States. Options column 6 tape link.
So we'll
Headline,
take
column,
that
departure,
one.
payload / description and link AMD780 and transport 2 scientists to a science. Column 1 graphic height description link AMD's money $1,496.
I'm gonna take the transport too. It's $1,000.
Money 1 payload / remarks departure column 4
Austin
deadline column 5
Wilson.
for options column 6 link tape.
What are you using for the
Accept the
jobs?
jobs of idols.com. Run your own airline company.
All right, so good question, Austin. 1 second. Good question.
I got an express delivery for about
It will tell you on
$2,000.
the job what you need to be flying with. So I hit enter on accept or whatever. Now I'm gonna go down to accepted jobs.
Here's a list clickable graphic top link
Go
AATL.
down.
Link 4 link K link K link K link link K link Q link clause link KSFO button zoom in button zoom out clickable
All right,
link graphic
going
resolve
down
link
to
manage
job.
custom visited link jobs market link regular table with 2 rows column 2 description and reward column 3 payload / column 4 departure column 5 deadline column
All
6
right,
options
here it is.
transport 2 scientists to a scientific
2
conference social
scientists
media
to a
Did you rent an aircraft
description
yet,
and rewards
sir?
column 1 graphic icon
Yeah, hold on.
description and rewards column 2 transport
All
2
right,
scientists to a scientific link
description,
AMD780 and
reward.
M312
I'm
money
gonna go down
$1,496 and 4 link AMD money $1,496 popularity 0
Here's
link
how
AMD money
much.
$1,496 and 4 link AMD money $1,000 payload / remarks departure column 4 and /A deadline column 5 3 hours 5 options column 6 link fly.
And you're on your deadline. It says fly. I'm gonna hit fly.
Pick an aircraft of idols.com. Run your own airline company.
Now it's gonna say pick an aircraft. What I did was rented a Cessna 172.
Visited link
So-
graphic. Pick an aircraft heading level 2.
Being that I got one rented, it'd take me down. It'd show what I
Your fleet
rented.
visited link. Buy / rent aircraft visited link. Moderation of link. Add a custom aircraft link. Table with 2 rows and 8
Right
columns.
here.
Row 1 column 3 sortable graphic tail number link.
So I'm
Column 4
tabbing.
column 6 sortable graphic and row 2 ICAO column 1 AMD7 link Deerfield United States. Options column 8 details link. Pick link.
And then there's a link that says pick. So I'm gonna pick that as my plane.
Destination of idols.com. Run your own airline company. Visited link graphic.
And now it's gonna
Visited
come
link
up with
graphic.
the
Low destination heading level
destination.
2. Table with 2 column 2
It
sortable
looks like
graphic
you
name
might
link.
have more
Column
than
5
one
sortable
job,
graphic
so that's
distance
why
link.
it brings up an
Row 2
option
sortable
for
ICAO
you to
column.
pick it.
Options column 7.
Right.
Type of keyword edit as autocomplete. Table with 2 rows and 7 columns 0 1 VA row 2 options column 7 choose link.
I'm gonna hit choose.
Flight number 32 of I.
And now, how do I know what plane for sure? At the top,
Visited link graphic.
this is for you,
Visited
Austin.
link graphic flight
At
number
the
32
top,
heading level 2.
it'll
From
say,
Deerfield, AMD7 to
give me
edit
1
01
second
VA.
and I will
Heading
answer
level 2 flight
you.
number from Deerfield, AMD7 to edit 01 VA.
Okay, it showed you 2 and from and
Heading level
2.
3 current payload / passenger list on Cessna 172 Skyhawk. And
See,
48
it
south
says
heading level 3 current payload /
Current
passenger
payload
list
/ passenger
Cessna.
list on Cessna
172.
172. So it's going to show you what airplane you got to fly with. Brandon, I'm gonna let you ask, or I'm gonna let you and Josh take this for a minute and host
Okay.
this for a second, and I'll be right back.
All right.
You guys
Okay.
stick around. We'll continue this flight. Hold on 1 minute.
All right. So my question earlier to you, Josh, was when I start flying this, and I have both of those options of live traffic and weather on. Since the screen reader will not tell me if they're on, how will I know essentially if they are actually on or off?
Because you can check TFM with right bracket P and it'll come up with a crap ton of traffic if it's on usually.
Mm-hmm.
Weather, well, you'll know based on winds and such.
Right.
And sound and whatnot.
Oh, okay. It's a shame the screen reader
I wish I can get the
doesn't
Mother
read
Nature
that.
achievement, where you can get an achievement for literally going in the toolbar and changing the weather on the fly from live to like storms or something. But I would never do that in a Cessna.
No.
'Cause
No. That would not be a good thing to do in a Cessna. I just think the soundscape is really awesome in this. I love the add-ons.
Yeah.
I really wish there were some that we could use, like Bush Talk Radio. I would love to use that, especially for some of these lower altitude flights.
yeah, I gotta get my mom in here. I gotta get somebody in here to try to help me with. Because I don't know. I mean, I could try to get Iris help, but
What's actually the problem? Will it not let you actually log in with the client, or is it on the website end of it?
no. I mean, yes, you have the website in the background, but the client is inside of FS2020. You log in via the toolbar.
Oh. Boy, that would be a job to
Which
do.
is nice because that's one less thing you have to download. Like you download it, install it, and like
Yeah.
if you ever want to quickly just log in, it's right there. But with the toolbar being inaccessible. Well, okay. I guess it's doable if you really want to hunt around and whatever, but I don't think that the screen reader, since it's a new toolbar thing, like the screen reader is programmed to read what Asobo puts there. It's all the standard stuff. But if you add, like, I don't know, an add-on, it's probably not going to read it. I don't think it will, anyway. I mean, I'll try it and see, but I don't think it will.
Well, then the question becomes, if you do successfully get logged in and you go to do flights, do you have to open that every single time and log in, or is it one of those things that opens automatically?
Hold on, because ATC is, with this new sonar thing, the sim is a bit louder. I have to figure out volumes and stuff. But okay. What were you saying?
So my question was, if you manage to get logged into Bush Talk Radio and you want to do another flight with it, is it one of these things that automatically opens every time you load an aircraft, or is it something you got to open every single time and log into it?
Well, there's a way to make it auto log in, but apparently you have to still like open the toolbar and like focus on it so that it knows that you want it to log in. Like you can't, it just doesn't automatically log in, and you can't use it for like all flights. Like you have to like tell it that you want. I guess I don't know. Bring up the toolbar. I need to figure out how that works.
Yeah, because I mean, if we can figure out a way to work around that, like I would be interested when I start flying with 2020 in using it myself.
The developer. Is it just I think that's why the external client has been put on the back burner, because he knows now that it's inaccessible, and he's probably writing it from scratch to try to make it accessible. Which, you know, props to him. I don't like when people have to write stuff from scratch, but like,
well, but I
better
mean, if that's
he
the
do
case,
it now.
then I'm glad he's doing it.
Yeah.
All right, Austin, we're still with you, my friend. I had to go take care of something. You know, I think the ultimate point on the whole AI thing, and then I'm going to continue the flight here, is that we understand that people's not going to like it. We understand that some people are going to think that, hey, it's no good, you know, why use it? We get that, because you don't got to use it. You don't need it, so it's not going to be any type of necessity to you or any type of value if you don't need it. It's like, you know, it's like having $20,000 and you go out and you find the car that you really like, and it has everything that you want. You're going to get it because that's what you want, right?
Exactly.
Well, what if that same person goes out, they have a disability, and they go to get that car and they can't, because they need a car that has the right setup so they can drive that car, meaning a wheelchair lift or whatever. There's the difference. They can't, but you can. You like that car because, you know, it's nice. But the person with the disability's got to go out and get a car that is acceptable to them. And then you're coming back and saying, well, I don't like, why would you get that? What do you need all that for? So you need to take in perspective of other people's feelings, and you know, that's just one of them things.
You know, that's a great example, John, that you just brought up. Because I don't tell this story often. You guys know it because I've told you, but I don't tell this to many. But I have a good friend, one of my best friends who I grew up with. We went to school together, so I've known him since 4th grade.
This ain't the story about calendars, is it?
No.
Okay, just making sure.
No.
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 Go ahead.
So his dad actually had polio, and unfortunately he's no longer with us, but he had to have a wheelchair, crutches, and everything else. And he had to have a van that had a wheelchair lift and hand controls so he could drive his van and get him up in the van. And
You know,
people used to get him, oh, why do you need all that? And it's like, well, he has a
let me
disability.
throw something else out there that I think is funny. Now, this isn't against nobody. It's just a funny factor.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's funny that people, they'll say these things when it comes to, something needing to be accessible and all this, but yet you've got multi-billion-dollar companies investing into vehicles that drive themselves, and these same people that will...
Austin Wilson. What is the website being used to actually track flights?
Oh, okay. I'll show it to you in just 1 second, Austin. I'll answer that question for you. You got people that go out and buy these cars and they'll drive them, but yet at the same time they're like, oh well, I'd never, trust.
I'd never use this feature.
I'd never use this, and then you see them do it. Like, it's technology, So Austin said, what is the website you're using to track your flights? Okay, so to track the flights, if you're talking about Aviatype, when you're on Aviatype, and let's go back over there for a minute.
Flight number 32 of item. Microsoft Flight Simulator 1. Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.
I was already on it, right here.
Flight number 32 of item.
Okay, so I'm on my flight page, but it's also Aviatype. When you're on the page, you will find that there is a link where you can download the, what is that called? Here, let me do this. We'll minimize that.
Folder view list. Microsoft Goldwave GM Google Chrome.
Let's go to Google Chrome. I'm going to go to the
Tab
front
Google Chrome
page.
Johnny BBI toolbar address and search bar vitals.com selected. Selected.
Okay, here we go. Okay, yeah, I'll reach you in a second. Alright, so
Visit link graphic logo. Graphic company. Button collapsed Freedom Global International. Graphic pilot's nickname link Johnny Graphic. Johnny link. AMD7 link 2420. 2007.
Josh, what
Please
is that
visited
called?
link. Jobs visited. Flights visited link. Company link. Finances visited link. Dashboard heading level 2.
What are you looking for?
He's looking for the link to down for the.
He was asking what the page was for tracking the flights.
Table with 6 rows and 5 columns. Row 2 category column 2 base.
To get the client, it's the client page.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Row 3 light link.
What is it called?
Row 4 medium link.
What's it
Row 5
called?
large
Yeah, it's called. It's the web
Row
page
6
is
link.
the page is called client. It's called client. You click client.
I know that. I know how
Elements
to
list
get
dialog.
to
Logo
it.
visited.
But what is the name of it?
Company
Is
9 of
there,
38 level
like,
0. Client 13 of 38 level
So
Is
0.
there a
anyway, you go to the
specific
fr-
name?
You go to the web page,
It's
click on client,
Document. Your client token of vitals.com. Run your own airline company.
it's
And
Aviatype client. That's what it's
and
called.
this is it says your client token. Okay, it's going to give you. Here's where you
Graphic
will.
company. Button collapse. Graphic pilot's nickname link Johnny Graphic Grand
It's not
Captain.
going to let me show you fully because I've already got one.
Client's connection token heading level 2. To establish a connection between your flight simulator and our game, you must paste the token to.
Here's what it says.
Establish a connection between
To establish
your
a
flight
connection
simulator
between
and
your
our
flight
game. You
and our game.
must paste a token
You
to
must paste a
our
token
game client.
to our game client.
Dropbox
To our game
146
client.
please copy and paste this code
Please copy
into
and
our
paste this
game
code into
client.
our game client. And then it gives you literally, well, it gives me that it's nice when NVDA stops talking. Thank you, NVDA. I appreciate that. But it gives you the client, the token right
Copy the
there.
clipboard. Your client token of vitals.com. Run your own airline company. Google Chrome Johnny BBI.
Okay.
800 link download to get 850 PH. Please copy and paste this
Right
code.
there.
850 PHGD1C3G0OF.
Copy that. It's right below
Please
where
copy
it
and
says
paste this code.
please copy and paste the code.
Edit 850.
You'll copy
Link
that.
download the game client.
And then right underneath of it says download the game client. Okay, so again, go to the home page of Aviatype. I'm going to put that in the chat for you too. Let me close this window.
Microsoft Flight Simulator 1. Flight number 32 of item. Restream chat row 1 column 3. Restream chat row
I'm
1
going to give you the website in the
Micrometric
chat
edit blank.
window, okay? It's
TIF.com.
HTTP://www.avia.tif.com.
TIFE.com. That is the link to the Aviatype. You can sign up to it, and it's a lot of fun. I enjoy it, so hopefully you guys will be able to get some use out of this as well.
So my question to you guys, John or Josh, one of you can take it, is when I do these client tokens in Aviatype, is it treated like an edit box where it's automatically?
It's only one token. No, you copy and paste it into the client and then connect. That's literally all you have to do with the client. It's the simplest ACARs ever created.
Okay, but no, what I'm saying is it automatically selected so I can just hit Control-C to copy it over to the clipboard?
You gotta go
No.
down. You gotta. Well, actually, when I got
You have to. You have to press enter on and open up as a copy thing. It should be a copy.
Yeah, hold on. When I went there and I arrowed down, and it might have been NVDA just being silly, but for some reason it did copy it for me. I don't know why, because I didn't hit copy. But either way, it's right underneath where it says copy and
right.
Paste. You just select that like you normally would,
Mm-hmm.
and then download the client, which is right below your number it gives you. Put that number in there. You don't got to keep doing it over and over. It's going to remember your number, like Josh said.
Oh, okay.
All right, guys. So we are back on
Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.24.5. Microsoft Flight. Restream chat row. Flight number 32. Ops 27. And out team talk. Star untitled note. Avide of client 0.4.1. Bad Simon row. Client row 2
Now
column.
look.
Avide of client 0.4.1. Bad Simon row.
Now,
Client window.
tab.
Data grid. Airline manager. Edit 850 PHG1C3G0 F9 port CZ1R3 NJ9LJP. Connect button.
I just hit connect,
Connecting. Avide of client 0.4.1. Bad Simon row. Client window.
and now that's it. That's all I got to do with that. Now I got to do one more little thing because of TFM, but
App start
or not
cursor.
TFM, but
Normal cursor.
I really like these.
You do need FSUIPC
100%.
7.
0%. This PC window. Items view list.
Okay.
Folders grouping
Yes,
expanded.
you
Folders
do.
grouping expanded.
I
Devices and drives
just
grouping
wanted to tell
expanded.
you
OS.
guys that way you knew. It's free. Download
Freedom level 2 items view
FSUIPC
list. Dollar
7.
win reagent not
You're
selected.
going to need it.
Flight simulator.
Right here it
Sat
is.
back
I'm
aboard
going to show you.
FSROS 2010. FSUIPC 7.
FSUIPC 7. So I go in here. It's been a little
11%.
laggy. I don't know. Just my computer being silly.
21%.
Come on, load the
100%.
Alright,
Items
so
view
you
list.
go in this window.
FSUIPC 7.x6 of
There's
13.
the executable. Hit enter on it.
App start cursor. See FSUIPC set graphic. Current aircraft. Sound off. Avionics
There.
master off.
Now we've got everything that
FSUIPC
I
7 row 1
need
column. FSUIPC 7.
loaded.
Avide of client 0.4
So
umbrella.
what's
Current
next?
aircraft. Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.
Alright.
Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Once you accept your job,
FSUIPC 7 console log. Avide of client 0.4.1.
You're gonna
Restream chat
go
row 1 column. Flight number 32. Avide.com. Run your own.
to your
Flight number
flight
30.
number page, you get your
Visit link traffic
information
logo. Flight number 30 from Deerfield. Deerfield.
from Deerfield.
8MD7.
You got the airport code
8. Left parent. 8. M. 8.
8
M.
MD
7.
7. Mike Delta 7. 8 Mike Delta 7. AMD 7. So that's going to be what we start with. Okay, go back
Microsoft
to
Flight Simulator
Microsoft.
1.24. Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Now, I'm using my controller on this. I would say don't try to use a keyboard. It's just going to mess you up. Use your controller. It's a lot easier for now. That way you can get around everything and you can follow exactly what I'm showing you to do here. So, what I say, 8 Mike Delta 7, correct? So I'm going to use
Yes.
Aircraft selection and
what's that-
customization
what's
menu.
the little arrow
Button.
pad called? The D-pad?
Aircraft selection and
Yep,
customization
the
menu.
D-pad.
D-pad, yep.
Current aircraft is
Okay.
Textron Aviation Cessna 172
So
Skyhawk.
I've already got the
G1000.
plane selected. If you get on the
Press B.
the
Aircraft
icon
selection
that
and
says aircraft
customization menu.
selection, it'll
Button.
tell you what plane you've already got
Current
selected.
aircraft is Textron Aviation Cessna
aircraft.
172
Alright, so
Skyhawk.
I'm going to go
G1000.
down arrow from there.
Search bar.
Search
Text
bar.
entry field.
You're not got to hit
Select
enter
enter
on
text.
it. Just get over top of it with your arrow. Down arrow once, and then type it in. 8 Mike Delta 7.
8MD7
You're going to Leonardtown,
There it
Maryland.
is. I'm going to hit enter on that. And then after I hit enter, I right arrow.
Runways. Button.
It says runways. I hit enter on
Press
that.
ESC to go back.
And then I use my left stick.
Runways. Runway 29. 3000. Set
runway
as departure.
29,
Button.
Set as departure. So I use my right stick to go down on the runway, and then I hit A. to select it as a departure.
Search bar.
I'm going to go back to
Text
the
entry
search
field.
bar. I'm going to leave it there while I
Select
alt
to enter
tab back
text.
over
Flight
here
number 32 of
to my
flight
flight
number
page
32 of
again to
idle.
get my other airport code.
2, edit, 01 VA.
Alright, and we're
Space,
going to
left parent, 01, VA.
01 Victor Alpha. 01 Victor
Microsoft Flight
Alpha.
Simulator 1.
01
Microsoft Flight
VA.
Simulator 1.24.5.
Okay.
And just to make sure, what I
Runways.
do
Search
is
bar.
while I'm on the text
Text
box,
entry
I'll
field.
backspace a few times
Select to enter
just
text.
to make sure it's empty. 01 VA. Because I don't know if it keeps that text in there or not. So I can't tell you either way. So down arrow once.
01 VA slash Erna
There it
Berryville.
is. Hit enter. Right arrow.
Runways. Button.
Runways. Hit enter. Left stick. Down
Runways.
a little bit.
Runway 01.
Runway 01.
1,437 feet of grass.
Gosh, I don't like this.
Runway 19. 1,437 feet of grass.
Now we're in a situation where this is a very short runway to take off.
Runway 19.
Uh-oh.
1,437
You know how
feet
the
of grass.
AI likes with that.
Uh-huh.
This might be a prime example of what happens if you don't watch the airport you're flying to.
He's
Runway
going to
19.
a very interesting named airport
1,437
and an
feet of grass.
interesting location. It's
Alright, hold on.
Pickles Airport.
Runway 19. 1,430. Set as departure. Button. Live airport activity. Button.
Oh, actually, no.
Press B to go back. Fly. Button.
Now, here's the thing.
Press B to go back. Fly. Live airport activity. Button.
If I set this,
Press B to go back.
if I don't go and
Press X to
cancel this
reset.
flight,
Press menu button to fly. Press view button to more.
I don't know that
to move
1,500
cursor.
feet's long enough
Press
to
to zoom.
take off from.
Press to turn globe.
I don't
Press LS
think it
to help.
is.
So,
I mean,
Press A to validate.
it's not, but you can demonstrate what happens when it's
yeah, let's do that.
short,
Let's
too short, and
demonstrate.
it's just
Yeah,
gonna
let's
stop.
do that. So I'm
Runways.
curious to see if it'll
Search
actually
bar.
take
Alright,
off.
Text entry field.
I don't think so.
So,
Select
I
to
need
enter text.
to... The 01 VA.
Oh, it won't,
all the
because
way.
I tried taking off from a longer runway, a little longer one, it didn't.
01 VA slash
Well, if he
Erna
gets up in the air and gets going, he'll be going to Pickles Airport
Runways.
in Berryville,
Alright, so when you enter
Virginia.
on runways, left stick down.
Runway 01. 1,437. Set as departure. Button. Live airport activity. Runways. 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 Button.
Hold on, it's being silly.
Search bar.
When it
entry
does
field.
this, I just go back to the search thing and I
Select
start
to enter
over.
text.
That way I know I got it in there. 01 VA.
01 VA slash. Runways.
Right arrow. Hold on, please.
Runways. Button. Runway 01.
01.
1,400 and. Set as departure. Button. Set as departure. Set as arrival.
Set his arrival. There we go. And now I'm not going to get a. I'm not even going to do a date on this one.
Next waypoint, TIMDCL, distance,
We're just
4777
going to
nautical
go
miles,
over
bearing
fly.
313.
Okay, so more right
Press
arrow,
ES. Runway. Frequencies.
and then we'll go
Button.
down
Fly. Button.
to where it says fly. So you right arrow all the
Press
way,
B
and
to go
then
back.
down arrow until it says
Press X to
fly.
reset.
Hit A.
Pause, sound off, avionics master active, battery master active, COM 1,
Here we go. I'm going to
127.85.
be showing you guys a
Sound
prime
off, pause.
example of what happens when you get an airport with a short runway. Sometimes you can get lucky. If you're turning
Maybe it'll
the
be
right
one of those
way-
nights.
If you're turning the
Auto
right
record
way,
cam
I'm going to show you how you get off the ground without AI stopping you. Okay? There's a trick, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So stick around. Don't go nowhere, you guys. Stick around for the flight.
10,000, 1200.
Again, we're in a Cessna 172. We are flying from where and to where, Brandon? You was the one right
We
now
are
that-
flying from.
Unpause,
We
sound
were.
off, target
Well, I
takeoff,
was looking it up on AirNav. We were flying from Leonardtown, Maryland
Ready to
to
fly. Button.
Pickles Airport in Berryville,
All right,
Virginia.
now,
of all
before I hit
places.
ready to fly, so I got to show you, I'm going to turn off the plane so I can select the flight and get it to record it. So I'm going to hit ready to fly, and then I'm going to shut off the plane by turning off AI. I'm gonna do
Which is
Control
alt
Shift
Number 1
Control
fuel
J.
valve,
X.
number 1 fuel valve closed.
Well, my AI
Button.
was already off.
Button.
So, if it's already off, you just got to turn off the plane. Control
Yeah,
Shift E.
Flight number 32 of
Oh.
Alpha,
Go
com
back
on your
to
own
the
airline.
flight
Flight number
number,
32.
and let me show you how to
The AI
do that.
Visit
The
link, flight number
AI
from
will
your
turn
phone,
itself
897
off
zero.
if you finish. If the AI finishes the flight, that'll
Yeah,
turn itself
and that's-
off.
That's the way I finished my last flight. So I'm down
Heading
here
level
on
2
my
flight from your
flight.
field, 877
Dear
01
field.
VA. Heading level 3 current payload slash past traffic fuel. Pilot's weight,
Okay, shows the
170
fuel.
LPS. Flighter 168, 200, 233. Update button.
I always make sure I got enough fuel.
Flight number 30.
I got 2
Visit
people.
link,
Yes.
flight number 32 from your
So-
field. Heading traffic pilot's weight,
Alright,
100 traffic
now-
fuel free to pay. Slider button total. Heading level 3 payload slash traffic passenger. 2 passengers. Link edit. 0 can be boarded. Button check in. Heading level 3 button check in.
Yeah, there's a check-in button for passengers, so I hit check-in.
Flight number 32 of Idaho.
Passengers
Visited link track
checked
flight number
in.
32 heading level 2. Update button. Remove button. Generate flight plan button. Start tracking button.
Start tracking,
Flight number 32 of Idaho.
and there we go.
Visited link track flight
Hit
number
start
32 heading level.
tracking, and now the flight is ready. Once you hit the start tracking button, it will tell you if there's anything you've not done. For example, maybe your plane, maybe you do have the right plane, but for some reason they made an error, and the plane can't take that much weight. Or maybe you do got the right plane, but maybe you're sitting on the ground and you don't have your airplane turned off. You got to turn your plane off with the brake locked.
Eddie head. What?
Or it's not going
Wow.
to start. Okay? So now let's go back to the
Microsoft Flight
Microsoft
Simulator
window.
1.24.5. Microsoft Flight Simulator.
I'm going to hit Control Shift
Control Alt X.
Control Alt X. That's going to start the AI. The AI is going to take it from there. So y'all, you got your seatbelts on? Y'all ready? Here we go.
Parking
We're
brake off.
ready.
Number 1 starter engaged. Number 1 fuel valve open. Number 1 ignition on. Number 1 starter off.
Instantly, it's taking off. Here we go.
Total
20
fuel
knots.
335.8 pounds.
29 knots.
That's my TFM.
38
There's
knots.
some live traffic call sign. Call it
47
Eddie head.
knots.
I don't know what.
Eddie head?
what airline
56
that
knots.
call sign is. Yeah, I'm like, what?
Wow.
Up 2. Up 3.
72 knots.
I mean,
Here.
live traffic. You get some of the
All right, now,
weirdest
guys,
call
Boy, how would
signs.
we are off the ground, but I'm going to tell you right now that right there is more than
That was just
1,400
luck.
feet. No, this ain't one of them. This ain't. We're not on that runway yet, Brendan.
Oh.
Up 3.
So no, it's not just luck. That's what it does. What I'm saying is when we get to the other airport, it's a short runway. It's 1,400 feet.
Up 4.
Now.
Up 5. Up 6. Up. Attitude mode disabled.
I turned that off. Attitude mode. What's going to happen is I'm going to try to take off with the AI and show you guys. But more likely, I'm going to have to turn off AI and pray for the best and take off on my own. I mean, the plane's going to do what when you go down the runway? It's going to go straight regardless, right? It's not going to like do a curve.
Yeah.
It's going to go straight for the most
No.
part. So, the
Well,
only thing- the only
that's
thing
because
that
we
can
had
get in the
takeoff
way-
assist on.
I'm not talking about takeoff assist. You got. Listen, the plane's not going to go off to the right if you're not making it.
Com 1
If you're
120.05.
holding the stick, the plane's pretty much going to stay straight. It's
Yeah.
not going to veer off like a
Yeah.
car does, right?
Next waypoint. Minimum distance 77 nautical miles. Bearing 324
Takeoff
degrees.
assist
37 minutes. 42 seconds.
is good, yes, but I don't use that. I just hold the stick. That'll keep it straight.
Slope 2603.
It might move over a little bit to the left or right, but if you're on a big runway, nothing to worry about. Now, this is going to be risky. It's going to be tricky. Because we're on a 1,400-foot runway. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know what's there. There might be trees on both sides of me. That's what I ran into last time. I had trees on both sides of me and behind me, didn't I, Josh? They were all around me.
Oh.
The runway
Yeah,
literally had me
that's
surrounded. And I'm going,
Oh my goodness.
how can any pilot do this? And even
Kind of makes me wonder if, like, I bet the trees, like, when the runway was first created, there was no trees there, and then the tree just kind of grew there over time, like, vegetation and shit, just
yeah, they updated it.
fucking,
They updated it and realized that the new real area has trees all over. Like,
Yep.
yeah.
for example, Scottsburg Lake. It's right by the airport here, and God, that runway's nothing. It's grass, and on one side of you is the lake, and going either direction on the runway is just there's no trees in the way or nothing. Like, it's a perfect runway for smaller planes. It's interesting because when I went there the one day, and I'm going to show you guys a video. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. But when you pull in, and like there's two or three little, not little, but two or three buildings there, and then there's a gate. But the gate, even though it's an airport, it says no trespassing. I don't understand that.
Oh my gosh.
I think the reason they got it there is because on their side of that gate is the runway, and they don't want someone walking where the runway is, and someone's coming to land. Because I mean, it's it's still a smaller plane, but it says they could land there, any of them, and well, when they land,
guessing a King Air could land there if it wanted to.
Anything that could handle probably. Well, I don't know the length. What was the airport code for that? Was it 8R?
38R.
38R.
Yep.
Computer. How long is the runway in Scottsburg, Indiana at 38R?
Watch it not tell you. Oh, it might.
The length of the runway at the airport is 11,981 feet.
No.
No way.
Computer. How long is the runway at 3R8?
Here's something I found on the web. According to Wikipedia.org, the big runway surface had apparently been extended at some point after the runway's initial construction, as the length of the runway pavement is 9,000 feet.
Computer. What is the length of the runway at airport 38R?
It's not going to tell you.
Something I found on the web. According to skyscrapercity.com, the current length of the runway is 8,000.
I'll ask another way. Computer. What is the length of the runway
Skyscraper City.
airport Scottsburg, Indiana?
Here's something I found on the internet. The average airport runway length is 11,526.
Oh my. Look it up, Brandon. See if you can find it.
What's the runway length at Scottsburg Airport?
Now, if you guys want to see your destination time and all that, the best way to do it.
Flight number 32 of idols.com. Run your own airline.
Go on
Flight
your
number
flight
32
window.
idols.com. I'm running.
At
Your own
They
aviation.
airline.
won't even tell me.
Chrome.
I think it's
Johnny, DVI. Flight
2,500.
number. Visited link graphic
Alright,
photo.
so here's
That's
the
what I.
Flight number 32 heading level 2.
Alright, hit 8 for heading. I go down.
From Deerfield, 8MD7 to heading. 304 degrees.
So the
Altitude.
heading,
3698 FT.
altitude,
Distance. 68.8 nm.
distance 68,
Estimated time left. 33 minutes.
33 minutes left.
Estimate 68.8 nm.
That's not bad. $1,400.
No, that's not.
That's a pretty short flight.
Microsoft Flight Simulator
Go back to
1.24.
our sim window
Microsoft Flight
here.
Simulator 1.24.5.1.
I'm glad to see we
You
got
guys have
heading
noticed
navigation.
It's not that loud, is it? That's because I've got the headphone feature turned on. I'm going to show you guys how to turn that off.
Yep, I just
and
turned that on again.
Alright. So here's what I'm going to do. We are...
3845 feet ASL.
Alright, we're over 3,000 feet. Let me let him get done with ATC here real quick, and then I'm going to show you guys how to turn that on.
119.85 Freedom Global International Tree 2.
Com 1, 119.85.
Freedom Global International Tree 2, 4,000 feet.
Freedom Global International Tree 2 Potomac, approach altimeter tree 0.08, continuous plan.
Alright, so now I'm going to hit...
Yeah, basically, I got.
Basically, it's the pause button 2 on the controller. I'm going to hit that.
Options menu.
Okay? It
Page
takes
1
me
of
to
0.
options menu. I'm going to down arrow
Activities.
to
Button 1 of 4. General options.
general options.
Button 2 of 4.
Hit A.
General options.
From
Button 2
there,
of
you
4.
down arrow,
Camera. Button.
camera,
Sound. Button.
sound. We want sound.
Press speed. Sound.
So I'm going to hit
Button.
A on sound. And then I'm going to
Active
use my
spatial
left
sound.
stick
On.
to get over to these
Sound.
other options.
Button. Main device output selection.
Okay?
System's default device.
So
Button.
this is for main output. You don't want that. Use your stick
Select your
and kind
output
of move
device
it
for the
down
main
a little
sounds.
bit.
Communication device output select. Headphone simulation. On.
Headphone simulation
List with
says
2 values.
on. If it was
No, the air's not on.
if it's
Headphone
off,
simulate. Off.
you do the take your right stick and move it to the right.
On.
And then it says on. Then you just hit Y to save, and then hit B
Activities. Button
until
1
you
of
get
4.
back to your main flight.
Test your skip. AI anti-stall protection.
And see,
On.
that's why it's so
Toggle button.
quiet. Difference in sound is this. On the controller, you can hit the button to the left of your pause button. I don't know what that's called, that other little round button. But if you hit that other little round button to the left of your pause button, it switches from inside to outside. See that? What is that button called? Anybody know? It's not the first little round button.
That is
It's the one.
It's the view button.
I think it may be the view
that's what
button.
it's called, the view button.
Oh, okay, it's called the view button. Josh, you were going to say something, then I picked up on the headphone thing. What were you going to say, bud?
No, basically, on Aviatype, I'm getting these express jobs, which are paying me double the money for shorter flights. So basically, I just did like a 30-minute flight for like $2,000.
How are you getting those?
Yeah, how are you getting express flights? Don't tell me.
I'm not sure. I think.
Don't tell me you're giving the business owner a reach around.
Yeah, I think he is. I think he's giving him a reach under the
No,
table.
No, basically, I wonder if it comes with like the VIP package or something,
Oh,
like the
yeah.
VIP skill.
I
I'm
bet
not
it
sure.
does.
What I do know is that I basically sort by money reward, and they always come up all the time.
Yeah, so I'm
First,
going to have Josh
usually.
explain this to
Especially
you
at
guys
night, I
on
think.
Aviatype if you want to fly for them. And Austin, I recommend if you've not flown for Aviatype, sign up and do it. It's a lot of fun.
I'm definitely gonna do
I
it.
plan on doing more videos too on different stuff with Aviatype and flying with it and all that. But Josh,
Well, I'm gonna
explain to
start
them-
once Sim Update 9 comes out tomorrow. I'll be doing lots of Aviatype stuff.
well, talk to us about
Multiple hour streams of it.
Talk to us about the jobs, how you set them options for the best paid jobs and the ones that you get when you don't own a plane.
Well, first of all, the best the best paying jobs are either the jobs that you're going to be doing quick jobs, which are on the lower end of the spectrum when you first begin, which supply you with a plane and cargo already loaded. Basically, it's like getting a job, like a pilot job, and you're at the bottom end of the ladder doing like cargo. People are telling you what to do. Basically, when you rent a plane, you can choose how much cargo you want to take. Obviously, you should take probably the whole thing, the whole load to get the most money. But you can actually choose what you want to do. And
keep on telling him. I'll be right back with you guys
So-
in a moment.
Okay.
Okay. So basically, you have different types of jobs. You have your cargo jobs, your passenger jobs, your courier jobs, which are kind of like airline routes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know those are courier jobs are cargo routes that your airline specifically owns. Regular routes are passenger routes, kind of like how what airlines in real life have, that you actually have to fly every single day to make your money airline and you as a pilot. And then you have your air ambulance jobs, which make a ton of money, but there's also risk involved.
Yeah.
'Cause you're transporting
Critical patients.
There's illegal jobs, which you're transporting illegal cargo. There are hazardous jobs, which pay the most, but also are the most risky because you land probably anywhere above 100 FPM and your plane blows up.
Yep.
because it's like hazardous cargo or like gas or
Chemicals.
whatever, chemicals. And those are job types, and then you have you can sort by given like where your current location is in the game. You can sort by distance, ascending, descending, highest dollar ratio, which is like the average like dollar amount. I guess like it goes up goes up to the average, or you could just sort by highest money reward period, which is what I do. The option is called money reward, and it literally sorts from highest paying money reward to lowest paying money reward.
Now, when I start out in those quick jobs, will I be able to sort by that too, or is that going to be when I get?
You can, but like you're not going to get. You're going to get, I don't know, a maximum of maybe like 1,000 or something like that. The quick jobs are
runway heading 21.
You do them to grind up to get to the money where you can rent an aircraft that you want. Now, I would recommend starting out with either a Cessna 172 when you rent your first aircraft, or if you want to make enough money to rent something like a King Air or something like a TBM or something to make more money, you can do that at risk of if you do crash, which will happen at least once with the AI until you figure out what the AI, where the AI works and where it doesn't.
Yeah.
When you end up crashing in like a King Air, the risk really hurts your freaking bank account.
I'll bet it does.
I mean, good thing the game, when you rent an aircraft, automatically purchases insurance for you, because if it didn't, you'd be game over. You'd be completely in the hole by like over $1 million or something.
Oh shit. Well, I remember, because I remember you were telling me that, like, God forbid if I pop a tire or do minor damage to the airframe of that aircraft, it's going to cost a lot to pay.
Oh yeah, like a King Air or something. Yeah, like a minor airframe damage cost me $6,000 to repair.
Holy shit.
On a King Air.
Oh,
whereas
God.
on a Cessna, it's only like $99.
Yeah, I don't think
I can understand why it's a smaller aircraft.
But, oh man. Talk about your maintenance nightmare.
Yeah, but dude, the King Air, dude, you can make up to like $8,000 per flight, because you can go like 400 plus miles.
Yeah.
Each flight.
Yeah, but I don't know.
So,
I mean, is it worth the cost though? Because the maintenance nightmares it has. Good lord.
What the hell is going? Oh, I thought it was running out of fuel for a second. I'm like, I saw that plane slow down to like idle power, and I'm like, what the hell?
I don't know. That King Air is kind of like a bad fishing boat that you always have to keep working on the engine, fine tuning the frame.
With little nav map, I'm gonna try the King Air. Like I'm making $2,000 on this flight, and it's gonna give me like $13,000. Should have enough. The renting bond, the thing just to rent the King Air, is like $12,000.
Good grief! So you better have some money under you so that you can have the rent bond for that aircraft and have some for a cushion, just in case something happens.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know, man. I personally, I think I'm gonna probably, when I get up to that point, rent a 172 over a King Air because of the lower cost.
I mean, you can rent a 172 at like, 5,000-6,000. Like you can do like, I don't know, 5 to 10 quick jobs and then have enough for a Cessna. Like,
I wonder if I can rent one of those Grand Caravans. How good are they at jobs?
I mean, they're good. I mean, but it doesn't. If you might as well just rent a Cessna for like, 'cause they don't really go for like. If feels like they don't really go further than like the King Air, the TBM are the best. Like if you want distance to be able to make the extra money.
So out of both
But
of those,
at
which
the
one?
risk of
Out of both of those, which one would you recommend me rent? The King Air or the TM?
It's hard to say though.
well, it's hard to say. I would say go for the Caravan for less risk, but at the same time you won't be making as much money.
Yeah.
I would say definitely rent a Cessna for the first time, like for your first plane, rent a Cessna. Like, you can't go wrong with a
Flight number 32
Cessna.
of item flight. Flight number 3
Alright, guys, I'm going to my flight
172.
page.
Flight
See how
number
far
from
we
your heading.
got.
3 unaltered 7 distance. 49 nm estimated 23 minutes.
23 minutes estimated for his time.
Estimate 49 nm.
49 nautical miles. NM. I guess that's in for nautical miles, right? NM.
Yeah, nautical miles.
Microsoft Flight Simulator. Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.69
We are
69 PSL.
Honest?
6,999 feet above the Grand Canyon. No, I'm just kidding. We're actually see where we're at.
Charles, Maryland, United States.
Charles,
I was
Eastern
gonna
Standard
say
Time.
the Grand Canyon's.
So let me talk to you guys about something that now TFM is now I don't want to get this mixed up with anybody, but TFM you can kind of use it. This is like a reference. I like to use it because at least I can find out where I'm at. So
Absolutely.
TFM, also known as Talking Flight Monitor. If you want more information on that, I can put a link in the chat. Just let me know if you're listening. But you can do right bracket shift C,
Charles, Maryland, United States.
and that will give you what you're flying over. Exactly over. It uses Bing
Going to
Maps.
118 decimal 905 Freedom Global
If you use
International
right
32.
bracket C,
that is a cool feature.
108.95.
Freedom Global International
Indian Head, Maryland, United States. 1.6
See?
nautical miles. 101 degrees.
but
North
you
Atlantic
right
Ocean.
bracket C, it says Indian Head, Maryland.
Indian Head, Maryland, United States. 1.7 nautical miles. 106
1.7
degrees. North Atlantic Ocean.
miles. So the right bracket C gives you the closest city from where you're at. It also says
Indian Head, Maryland, United States. 2.0
Indian
nautical
Head,
miles.
Maryland.
112 degrees. North Atlantic Ocean.
Indian Head, whatever, North Atlantic, North,
Indian Head, Maryland, United
I think
States.
it
2.3
said-
nautical miles.
North Atlantic
116 degrees.
Ocean.
North Atlantic Ocean.
yeah, North Atlantic Ocean. So,
Charles, Maryland, United States.
yeah, so I thought that might have meant we was over the ocean, but we're not. If we was, when I do right bracket shift C, it would have said that too. But that just means the ocean is like 2 miles from where I'm at. Also, that,
Woodbridge, Virginia, United States. 2.7 nautical miles.
well, now it says
341 degrees. North
Woodbridge,
Atlantic Ocean.
Virginia, but pretty cool stuff.
That being able to see what you're exactly flying
Yeah,
over
to get
is
the,
really,
the,
really
the
cool.
flyover, the exact flyover information, you just got to go to Google, put in there to create a Bing map ID, and you put that in there, and it's going to first result will tell you how to do it. You got to sign up. It's free. Don't do the paid. You do the paid, you get less. Meaning you can use it less time. With the free, you're never going to use it
You
that
can
many
use it-
times in one day.
No, you'll never run out.
I think Declan said it was
I-
like 50,000 in a day.
Yeah, it's like 50,000 a day. I've never hit that limit.
I think they do that for if it's like a developer that's using the code for their like a server type of RAM thing.
Right.
Anybody that uses the server and uses that feature, it does. You know, it'll give them that info.
Yep.
I'm guessing.
That's what I'm thinking.
And let's take a look. Again, if you're just tuning in, we're talking about Aviatype, and we're also talking about flights that you can do. I like Aviatype because you kind of run your own airline, right? It's your airline, and you fly for, you know, other companies delivering stuff. You can even deliver illegal stuff, like.
I mean,
Hazardous
what I
material.
what I really like about Aviatype is the fact that, like, you know, the departure and destinations are pretty much decided for you. With FS Airlines, for example, you have to pretty much, you know, go to manage flight and like literally add your own. Like you have to painstakingly add your own routes.
Oh,
and
it
stuff like
is. Yeah.
that. You know, here it's you can do that. You got to have the buildings and stuff for
You
it.
can
You
also
can do
add
that. But
custom markers, you
Yeah.
guys.
Oh, nice.
There's a link.
You know,
I don't know if that's useful for us.
Well, it is if you want to add a specific airport. You click on that and you can add that airport to like your custom places. For example, I added I added the airport in Scottsburg. I added the airport in Madison. So then I can look, I can use those if I choose to fly to or fly from or, whatever.
So like it allows you to just quickly go to those pages, those airport pages.
Yeah. It's just a way to add a custom place that you want that might not be, or that you're not necessarily doing for business, but you want it there for quick reference. I believe what that really is for.
I gotta say, there's one really cool thing that I like about Aviotype that I have not seen on like MS Airlines or other ones, and that is when you buy things, like you buy a building, you buy whatever, you actually have things you can do with it. So like sometimes you can get a discount on fuel, sometimes you can get routes created, things like that. I like the fact that when you buy something, you can utilize it and actually do things with it.
Not only that, but like you can get, where they'll let you park one plane, at a certain spot. Like if you buy a house, you also get a hangar. You can park your plane.
See, that's really cool.
And you can buy like.
I also like the fact I think this is coming back soon, but like you can buy a hotel at a. You can buy. You can buy a restaurant and like custom. You'll get money on the side. Side hustles.
Yeah,
that's really cool. I do like that, but
that is cool.
Let me tell you what. You better be doing some flights every day, y'all, to get the money for that, because it's expensive. But now, here's what I want to talk about. You can set up your own. It's already your own business, but you can manage the different positions that you have. So you can have managers or just pilots, and you decide how much they make. You decide where they fly, not the pilot. See, in reality, FS Airlines lets you pick, right? Well, that's not the way, to me, that's not the realistic way. The realistic way is my boss is going to tell me where I'm flying this week. And that's exactly what you can do with the FS Air, or Aviotype.
Yeah, so for example, if I sign up and work with you, I'll have you, maybe one week you could say, hey, you're going from Indianapolis to Detroit and back. Yeah. And then you could just assign me another route another week. So that's really cool.
Let's say that me and Josh have set up 10 different routes for people. We could literally have you, Josh could say, okay, Brandon, this week we're short a pilot doing the flight from Indianapolis to Chicago. I need you to do that route this week. You got guys. You literally got to treat this like the real deal, because if Brandon, let's say Brandon messaged me in real life and said, John, I can't do no flight tomorrow or on Friday. So let's say Tuesday and Friday. Okay, I'm going to go in there. I'm going to see if I got anybody else to do it. If I do, I'll assign it to him. If not, then that'd be a flight that me or the manager would have to do. So I like the realisticness behind the way that it's all set up. I think, to me, it makes sense. All right, guys.
Microsoft Flight Simulator
we're slowing down, so let's see what it's doing.
Minus 1024 feet per minute.
As you see, we're doing a descent, minus 1024 a minute. It's going to do that for a little bit because
6669 feet ASL.
We're over 6,000 feet. So it's probably going to do this descent until it gets to about around 1,200 feet. 12, wait. Is it 12? I'm trying to remember. Yeah, usually it goes down to about...
I love that. I hear wind.
It'll go down to about 2,000, 1,500. And it'll fly that for a little while.
You know, and I was going to say...
I'm getting real traffic. I just heard that. Generic 4 Alpha.
Nice. Nice.
But are we getting real weather? Let's see.
55 degrees.
And I just landed, and now I'm hearing some nice cricket sounds, some wind, and some night owls and stuff. Oh, it's just sounds
Isn't
just
that
so
so
good.
cool? It is so cool.
That is so cool.
Where'd you land at, Josh?
Where is this place? It's Claremont. I think it's in New Hampshire, I think.
Very cool. Yeah, I know. Like I said last night, I landed at one, and it reminded me of the movie of the theme where Crystal Lake, where Voorhees got drowned.
Yes.
But like sometimes I don't hear crickets at night, but like here I hear crickets, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah, and
and I was going to say,
sometimes you don't
going
get
back
the
to
wind
that.
neither. You don't hear the wind. Sometimes
Yeah.
you do.
Yeah, because the wind is so calm that like you don't.
So the temperature says
Wind 239 at 22 knots. Gust at 0 knots.
239 at 22 knots for wind.
58 degrees.
58 degrees.
3,000 feet.
Fairfax, Virginia, United States.
Fairfax,
5,000 feet.
Oh, I just had a pushback tug
Computer.
start up.
What's the temperature in Fairfax, Virginia?
Right now, in Fairfax, Virginia, it's 59 degrees Fahrenheit.
Look at that. It was one off.
Expect a low of 50
One off.
One off the temperature.
You know, and I was going to go back when you were referencing that whole boss thing about pilots treating it as a real airline. Keep in mind, you gotta stick to the departure times too, and you gotta depart on time.
Yeah, for these flights, let's say Brandon's got a route tomorrow, Indianapolis, Chicago, and I tell him, Brandon, you've got to be in the air by 10 a.m. If he's not, and he does it an hour late, that will make us suffer.
Airline gets a penalty.
Penalize us.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to dock his pay.
Well, not only will it penalize the airline, it will penalize the pilot too. Not only will Johnny, have to dock your pay, but the game will penalize the pilot. Unlike FS Airlines, where it only penalizes the airline.
Yeah.
Now, I've been in
120.45.
chat with
International Tree 2,
a person, I'm not going to say name for just personal reasons,
Yeah.
just privacy reasons, but I've been in contact with someone and I've been talking to him about a way to set up an application where if someone wants to fly for you, you can give them a link and it will take them to like a personal application page for you. And I don't know if he wrote me back yet. There might already be a way to do that. I don't know. There might
3,000 feet.
There might be a way to already do it. So I'm waiting for that person to get back a hold of me and say, oh yeah, by the way, if you look up an airport or, a company, click on this and we'll let you apply for their,
Yeah.
because it will ask you on the thing if you're hiring or not. So like, if we get 10 pilots, we can go to where we're not hiring until we start making more money.
Oh look, I got these deliver flights to multiple destinations for $33,200. So I can do the first flight of that now and then continue the other ones tomorrow. It's pretty
nice. Cool. How many flights are there?
What's the
3?
deadline?
3.
What's the
What's the deadline for that one?
One day and 12 hours.
2,000 feet.
Oh yeah, you could do that easily.
Now, what happens, Josh? Talk to them about what happens if they don't do the flight. It's a painful.
If they don't.
Gut.
It really is. It's like it's just as if you had canceled the job. Like it's the same kind of penalty. And some of those jobs, depending on the distance, if you're going like 400 miles, for example, you're going to be paying up to like $2,000 penalty. or more.
Boy, I bet it's one of those things. I bet it's one of those lessons when it happens to you one time, you don't.
That's
forget
why
it.
that's why I'm saying, like, I was telling, like, Deca and them, like, this aviatype hurts. Like, FS Airlines is nothing. Like,
well, like if you're
penalty wise,
if you're going, you're going to fly for somebody on aviatype, be real about your schedule, because it's so serious to where I will take it serious enough to say, well, man, if you do that again, I gotta let you go, and really mean it. Like, not like again, like, oh man, I ain't playing you no more, No.
Yeah.
So I really like. That's why I share this, because I want to get this out there to more people and more people involved, because it really is. It is a cool thing to do.
It really is like a real job, and I like I said, I bet Josh, when you have one of those penalty lessons, like when you forget to do a flight or you have one expire and it docks you like that, I bet it's
well, here's the problem. Like, I actually tried. I actually tried to rent a route.
Stand by for a second.
I rented an office. I rented an office in Newark, and offices allow you to create one regular route from that airport. So I did. I created a route from Newark to Boston. Not a long flight, easy, only like an hour or so. Pay is ridiculously low, so like I don't know how to really create routes that pay well. That's a business in and of itself.
So we're 8 minutes out from our actual airport, but if you look at our altitude,
985 feet ASL.
We're 1,000 feet ASL.
415 feet
500 AGL. So,
oh boy.
538 feet per minute.
Well, no, it's not oh boy. That's what it does. It'll come down, and if it sees something that it needs to go up higher, it will. It'll fly up and over it.
Oh, nice.
It's a straight path.
Request clearance to transition Bravo airspace.
See, we're transitioning to Bravo airspace.
581 feet back.
Cleared through the Bravo airspace.
Cleared through Bravo airspace. Freedom Global
Minus
International.
276
We're
feet per
actually
minute.
ahead of the schedule, I think.
562 feet. 965 feet per minute.
Well, no, now it's climbing. So see what I mean?
984 feet per minute.
It's climbing back up. It's going to climb to about
1,200 feet
1,500.
ASL. 655 feet back.
About 12 to 1,500 ASL.
659 feet back.
And probably about 8 or 900, 1,000 AGL. I don't know. That goes up and down because you got stuff under you. AGL is, it goes by exactly what is under you. So, for example, if you're flying over a lake, it'll go from saying 800 to minus 600 or something like that. It'll give you a minus number because that's how you can tell if you're over water by looking at AGL.
Because of how deep the water is.
Well, it'll just give you a minus number is what it does.
Yeah.
Or if you're flying over a mountain, it might go from being 2,000 feet AGL to 300 feet AGL. Don't mean you're landing, just means you're going over something that's really close to the bottom of your plane.
Yeah.
But
April 25th, 2022.
by the way,
11:42 p.m.
it's 11:42 p.m. The update comes out on the 26th. I wonder what time they're going to release it. Midnight?
No. About 11 a.m. Pacific, so it'll be
that would be
or maybe 10 a.m. Pacific or something like that. So
if it's 10 a.m. Pacific, that's 1
like
Eastern.
1 Eastern or something. Yeah.
I'll be excited to see, which I'm actually going to, on the next beta, I'm signing up to that one so I can actually see how 10 gets done.
Yeah, I really hope that they.
I'm not going to do it to this one because, like May 6th, they start the other one. So what's the point? There's no point to sign up for the beta on this one. It's coming out tomorrow. I really, really, really hope that they do come out with the fix. Here's the thing, though, guys. This is the kind of beta that we'll actually be able to talk about. We won't be able to sim with it and show you stuff, but we can talk about things we're seeing with the beta. It's not one of them beta where they say don't talk about it to people. So if you want up-to-date information, right here on this channel is the place you're going to get it. And I mean, we're going to give you exact information on what is this update, what is it going to do, how's it doing so far, when's it coming out, how many, what are some new stuff, what's some new things. The nice thing is, you could also talk to us about your own ideas and thoughts, and we could put that in and say, hey, this would be nice to see what can we do with this, because maybe you don't got time for beta. That's fine. Just give us your thoughts and ideas, and me and Josh and other people can put that in there and see what they say. I mean, that's what beta is all about.
I'll definitely sign up for beta 10 as well.
551 feet per minute. Minus 1040 feet per minute.
Alright, we're doing
114 knots indicated. Minus 640 feet per minute. Flaps 0.
let's see,
2598. Minus 830 feet per minute.
minus 800 feet a minute.
3032 feet ASL. 3000
See,
feet.
we went back up. It was weird. We went all the way down like that, and then we went back up to like 3,000 feet.
2426 feet.
Yeah.
Minus 761 feet per minute.
But now we're doing our descent again. I think it's all about the land, like the what the area. Sometimes the plane to go down. Because Josh even said his, he'll be flying and the plane to go down, so far. But then when it's got to go over something, AI lifts it right up.
It'll go
and
back
over.
up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool stuff. Radical. Right on.
1920. 2480. Minus 1106 feet per minute.
Still making our descent, minus 1106 feet per minute.
120 knots indicated.
Speed still
117 knots indicated.
117 knots.
118 knots indicated.
I've actually seen AI land these small planes before and not put the flaps out. I'm like, that's not a very good idea, but okay.
Minus 909 feet.
Yeah.
120 knots indicated. 1610 feet ag. Minus 774 feet per minute. $2,000 feet.
2,000 feet. And then we got Brandon over there yawning because, see, Brandon's got a computer coming to him, and I've got a Mac coming to me, but he's only got like one piece a day coming to him. So the first shipment that he gets is going to be a cord, and then the next shipment
send me
he
that in
gets
pieces
is going
like
to be,
that. I'm going to do it to you.
I'm thinking, I'm thinking of the, I'm thinking of the fact that we need to save money. I'm trying to encourage Sleepy Joe, our president, to do better in business. So I got to really show him a good example. So
shipping me a computer in pieces is not going to encourage that.
In at least 12 months, Brandon will finally be able to turn it on. Are you okay with that, Brandon?
No, I'm not okay with that. And if somebody did that to me, I would ship them things in pieces like that too.
Well, here's the problem, though. There's really no other pieces to your computer. It's all one piece.
Well, I could ship you the computer part, and then the mouse, and then the cords that go with it.
Oh, I don't need a mouse. I
separately.
My cat catches them every night. We got plenty of those.
Yeah, well.
I'll tell you a funny story off topic a little bit.
670
yeah.
1041 feet ASL.
We're almost landing, but I'll talk about it until we get closer. The cat we have, she'll play with the mouse for a good 2 or 3 hours before she finally, gulps it down.
Kills it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes she'll bring her kill and lay it in the floor in front of one of the adults here, and I think it's funny because everybody gags about it. The one day, here she come. The only thing you see sticking out of the cat's mouth is the back end of a mouse. And the tail's still wiggling.
Oh my god!
Like,
that's a nice.
1 miles southeast, 900 feet inbound to land runway.
Pretty amazing.
You gotta
though,
love when
'cause
cats do that.
You don't think that a cat could swallow the mouse whole, but buddy, they do.
Oh, they do.
All right, here we go.
121 feet per minute. 554 feet at. 131 feet per minute.
Oh, it must be making like a. I'm gonna turn on
Add it up to.
attitude to give you guys an idea. So it said up to. That means that the
Right
nose
two,
is being
right one.
lifted up a little bit. We're moving to the right a little bit. This is what I like about TFM. We can actually get an idea of kind of the path of our descent.
See, so the AI just worked and it took off, from like 1,000 or so foot runway. Like other runways, it's weird. It won't.
Well,
it won't take
Let
off.
me
The
tell you
question is,
something.
will it?
If you're telling me your plane just took off from a short runway, is that what you're telling me? Yes or no?
Yep.
Up 1. Up 2. Up
Yep.
1. 2. Up 1.
All right, folks, you guys are a
Up two.
witness,
Up
okay?
one.
You are the witness.
Yep.
If I take off and it doesn't do the same
Up 1.
thing, if this man right here disappears, blame it on the AI. Da-na-na, da-na-na, da-na-na.
Up 2. Up 1.
Usually, what does it do, Josh?
It stops on the and puts the parking brake on.
Up
I
2. Up
think
1.
I figured out a way to trick it. You let it go without AI for like the first good 20 seconds.
Left 2. Left 3.
And
Left 4.
hopefully
Left
by
5. Left 6.
then-
Left
well,
7. 8.
no.
Left,
Oh,
left,
so
left,
like
left, left, left,
full
left, left,
full
left,
throttle
left,
the
left,
thing
left,
and
left,
just
left, left, left,
turn it
left,
down.
25.
But I've done that
Left 27.
before, and right when I
Left
think it's
26.
good to
Left
turn it
20.
on,
Left
turn it
23.
on, the thing just
Left 24. Left 20. Left 24.
stops.
Attitude mode disabled.
Guys, I'm about to land on a runway that I've only got 1,400 feet. Oh, shh. I hope AI stops this thing in time. I do not.
That was just about to ask that. Very
Well,
question.
let me
Will it
refer
Oh, I
to
mean,
my,
enjoy the nice insurance costs.
let's refer to our passengers back here, the scientists. I hope you guys are okay with, maybe dying. You're okay with that, right? Yeah, they're good with that. They're too old, they're old as the hills, so they don't mind. They don't mind.
Oh my goodness.
26 feet from 800 feet at 1351 feet ASL.
What is that noise? I don't think that was on my end. Maybe it was on one of your old. I heard a thumping noise.
16 feet per minute. 791 feet at. Clark, Virginia, United States.
We're at Clark, Virginia.
Berryville, Virginia, United States. 1.3 nautical miles, 270 degrees.
Oh man, I hope
Berryville
this thing
is a mile
stops.
away. I wonder if they got berries in
Yep.
Berryville.
That's what I was wondering. They have a Pickles Airport, so I'm wondering if they have berries.
I wouldn't want to land on that runway. It's probably slippery.
Oh, I know.
Say, hey, y'all, come on down to the slippery pickle where nobody can land. Call it the slippery pickle. Welcome to the slippery pickle.
It can't be any worse than Crooked Fence Farms.
You know what I'd make my call sign? It'd be Peter Potter Pepper picked a pack of 23.
I guess Austin. I wonder if is Austin still in chat.
Peter Pepper Piper 23 requesting an IFR clearance to the slippery pickle. What'd you say? What'd you say, Josh? What'd you say?
It said, is Austin still in chat?
Austin, are you still with us, bud, or did we just board a daggone kapoopy
We might have
out of
bored
you?
him.
And he probably said, forget them people, man. They're boring the shit out of me. Uh-oh.
I'm bored as hell.
Uh-oh, hold on. We're coming down. This is, oh, boy. Here we go.
Minus 52,
Oh,
876
boy.
feet at.
Here we go.
Minus 82 feet per minute.
Minus 82 feet. Hold on, scientists. You ain't about to invent nothing else. This is the last day you're going to breathe.
Minus 161 feet per minute.
I hope your last invention was worth talking about, kids.
1340 feet. 66 feet per minute. 798 feet. 66 feet per minute.
The thing is, the way that these land sometimes it's not like just come down land. It'll do it in like it's I don't know how to explain it. Like they'll come down to like 1,000, and then they'll go up a little bit, fly around for a minute, go down to 800, fly for a few minutes, go down to 600. And then other times they'll just come into land like. Tell me, would it not be cool if we could get a flight where it would land on the water?
Oh, that would be.
That'd be amazing.
Listen,
I would love to actually try. I would love to find like a.
we've got planes that do that in 2020. But it's
We do.
Anybody try?
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if the AI works. No, I should though.
I'll tell you what. If y'all tune in to the live stream tomorrow night, 7 p.m. right here at BBI Pilots, we will do a flight with one of the planes that have the
Skis.
Floats on. Floats.
well, yeah, floats, not skis.
Oh yeah, skis would be for snow.
Yeah, but I wonder if it would follow like. I think we need to know like where. The best way to look up an airport that is water landing. Water airport.
Yeah, we definitely need to know an airport with a water
Minus
runway.
397.
I have to look that up.
684 feet.
Alright, we're almost there. 600 feet AGL.
1117 feet ASL.
1117 ASL.
600 feet ACL. Minus 400. 581 feet ACL.
581 AGL.
1064 feet ASL.
1064 ASL. Please stop in time or I'll turn off AI and lock e-brakes up
1,000 feet.
and snot.
Num lock on. Num lock off.
I think to do it, you gotta have numlock on. That way you can hit control and the period on the numpad.
Well, control period is parking brake. Probably not the best. I don't know what the wheel brakes are.
Num lock off.
The parking brake, that's what the AI does. It kind of cheats and stops it like a fucking emergency or something.
Hey, you shut your mouth, cause when I land, we're stopping this motherfucker.
560. 880. Minus 259 feet
Here
per
we
minute.
go.
501 feet ACL.
500 feet.
871 feet ASL.
800 ASL. ASL stands for ass landing. We're about to land on our ass.
Yeah.
There we go.
especially with that short of a
416 feet
runway.
Here we go.
500.
Oh boy, don't crash, don't crash, don't crash. We're at 500. I can barely hear the engine running. I'm glad this ain't the Diamond 40 because them things land hard as hell.
So does that King Air, apparently.
Yep. Well, it depends on your
Yeah.
cargo too. Like
Uh-oh.
the Cessna, I've
Hold
been
Minus 46 feet ACL.
doing okay.
Hold on. Hold on.
Pause. Sound off. Unknown cursor.
And it crashed.
Oh, no.
Page 1 of 0.
On landing, it
Oh
crashed,
man,
you guys. So,
the scientists are dead.
bye-bye, scientists. Sorry about your luck, buddy.
Flight number 32 of Iris.
Oh,
Flight number 30.
man.
I'm going to tell you something else that I
What a-
did. I
Good
forgot
thi-
to do a
Good
vor-
thing you're
vor
your
to
own
vor.
boss.
I didn't do a vor to vor.
Oh, yeah, but that's
I forgot to do that. But I'm not going to tell you guys that's the way you got to do it.
Whoops.
But, well, would have been a good flight.
Distance.
So what happens is insurance. Let's take a look and see what it says.
Visited link. Flight number from Deerfield. Heading 1 degrees. Altitude 700. Distance.
yeah. How
0
much money
estimated
did you
time
get
left.
back
0
from that?
minutes. Clickable
Oh,
link KB double line
man.
contributors. Link IS. Link KB. Link ADs. Link 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 AC. Link button clickable link sky vector departure. In April 25th. America's destination. April 20th. America's departure. 5-4 local time. Destination 5:52 local times. Heading level 3 after landing. Check table with 7 rows. Column 2 current value. Column 3 status.
All right, so we're going to go to
Out of table visited link.
fleet.
Freedom Low. Johnny Link. 8MD 24 2000. Current flight traffic.
Sometimes it's not necessarily a crash. It could be the landing gear.
8MD 7 01 BA link. Fleet visited link.
Yeah,
Your
yeah.
fleet of items.
So let's go to
Visited link. Your
fleet.
fleet heading level 2. Your fleet visited link.
Yeah, if it says that you have no airplanes, it was a full-on crash.
Column 1, column 3 sortable graphic tail number link. Column 4 sortable graphic
Oh
model.
man, I
Column
wonder if
6
people
sortable
got
graphic condition
tired.
link.
Nope, it's still there.
EPKT link. Join Discord link.
Oh, good.
EPK table with one row.
Oh,
column
must
one,
be
column six
okay.
sortable graphic
Landing
condition
gear.
link. Column 5
Must
flight
have
hours.
literally hit
Column 4
something on the
graphic
way
sortable model
down.
name.
So it must
Column
like
3 link
maybe
graphic
something
sortable
like.
tail number. Column 2
It
airport
was
name.
probably one of those
Column
freaking
6
columns,
link
you
graphic
know,
sortable
those
condition. Column 7 engines. Column 8
columns that
Hour
hold
table
up the
heading number 4 don't own any
freaking.
aircraft. Your hangar is pretty empty.
Oh, nope.
Like-
Nope.
I know they have them at
Nope.
airport.
Nope, it destroyed it. It's gone.
Visited link.
Oh
Johnny link.
no!
AMD7 link near 2424 $3,381.52 visited.
But I
Oh,
still.
that sucks.
Now, the good thing is, I still got over $3,000 here. Okay, so what am I going to do?
Fleet visited. Jobs visited link. Flights visited. Fleet visited link.
I'm gonna go to fleet.
Win a new
Visited link.
one.
Your fleet heading level. Your fleet visit. Buy/rent aircraft visited link.
Buy/rent.
Aircraft list of items. Visited link. Search for a copyright 2021 copyright with Revel. Visited link. Search for your fleet visited link.
Anyway, I'm not gonna do that again on the live stream. But
Yeah.
for those of
Microsoft
you
Flight
that
Simulator 1,
have
FSU
tuned in
IP7,
tonight
Client 0.3 stream chat ops 27.2 ops 20.
and watched our videos and watched our live stream, I really appreciate all of you that join us, whether it's for P3D 2020. It's all about having fun, helping each other, and I plan on doing many more videos on 2020 as well. If there's something that you're not sure how to do, and maybe you're thinking we do, it never hurts to ask. Tune into a live stream, ask us, or you can send us an email. You'll find that well, actually, there's an option on YouTube where you can send a message. So, message us, email us, and we'll do our best we can to answer any questions you might have. With that said,
Ops 27. Aircraft.
I want to remind people
Ops
that
20.
just because you don't like AI or you don't agree with AI,
Ops 27.2.4 64-bit Windows profile untitled scenes untitled.
that doesn't mean that it's no good.
Bottom blank top blank.
Yep.
No next review top blank. None lock on. None lock. No next
Hold
review
on,
object
having-
screen top blank bottom blank. Restream chat ops 27. Restream chat window. Ops 27.2.4 64-bit Windows profile. Aircraft list of items.
Let me get to the
Ops 20 Microsoft FSU live of items. Restream chat row 2 restream chat row 1 column 1.
close this chat.
Aircraft list of items.com. Ops 27.2.4 Ops 27.
And it's not tabbing through. Hold on, I gotta restart NVDA real quick to even just get the darn checkbox.
Of course.
App cursor.
But we do appreciate you guys.
Normal cursor.
You can follow
Normal
us
cursor.
on
App
Twitter at BVI Pilots, and you can message us there too. That's another quick way to get in contact with us. Message us on
Loading
Twitter.
NVDA. Please wait.
Yep.
All right, so let's go to. I don't know why it's being such a butthead about the window. Come on,
List of items.
NVDA.
Ops 27.2.4 Ops 27.
All right, so it's still being silly. So I'm
Show
going to have
recordings.
to
Exit
do
alt plus X.
this.
Always on top. Show profile. Undo advanced audio. Lock preview. Scaling. Lock preview. Not checked. Alt. Advanced audio. Prop. Full multi-view. With multi-view. Status. Source icon. Source toolbar. Scene slash. Full screen interface F11. Multi-view. Windows. Full screen interface.
Well, I
multi-view.
wish there was
One.
a.
Lock UI. Restream chat. Stream information. Not chat. Not checked. Restream channels. Not checked. Stream information. Not checked. Chat. Not checked. Stats. Not checked. Controls checked. Scene transitions checked. Audio mixer checked. Sources checked. Scenes checked. Custom browser docs. Alt plus C. Docs collapse. Alt plus.
Alright, hold on. I don't know why it's
Aircraft list.
not letting me get to
Ops
that.
27.
But
Ops 27. Exit ops. Dialog ops is currently active. All streams/recordings will be. No
Alright,
button
here we
enter.
go. We're
Yes
going to
button enter.
exit this way, you guys.
No